Hello out there in Ustream land. How's everybody tonight? Hello out there in Ustream land. Oh, I gotta mute my own self there. Got an echo. How's everybody doing? This is kind of a impromptu stream. I didn't think I'd have the time actually to do it tonight, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go down here and just do something, even if it's wrong. So, thanks for joining me, everybody. Let me get my camera, my windows situated here. All right, let's see kind of what I'm doing and kind of what you're doing. So I saw Eileen, Pamela, Jen, CB, Miss Linda, Oklahoma. Hi, you look, I don't recognize your name, so you might be a new viewer, but if you are, thank you for joining us. I don't really have anything that I'm going to particularly demonstrate today, just more, hey Buttercup, Eileen, showing you what I've been playing with the other night. I got some new Dina Wakley and some Dylusions paints, so I've been playing with those a little bit. And I just kind of threw stuff together here. It's a mess down here. But I got the new Dina Wakley tips. I got 2 sets of 2. So I was playing with those tips and with my jelly plate, drawing designs on the jelly plate and then printing them on some tags. So I did a bunch of tags where I kind of did it Dina style. I put a little, trying to see one that's a little bit more clear what you can see the layers. I put some of her paints on a gessoed tag, just with my fingertips with water and kind of blend it in. I like them, Eileen. I like the paints. Hey, Erica, Dorothy. And I let them dry a little bit till they were still wet. And then I took one of my stencils and I kind of ghosted it, where I put the stencil down and baby wiped the paint back off of it and got this white shadowy reverse shadow of my stencil design in there. And then I went on the jelly plate and I made some lines and then lifted some of that off and then made a bunch of little circles. Now, one thing that happens with this is because it's heavy body paint, when you squirt it out on the, hey Army Mom, when you squirt it out on the jelly plate, it kind of holds that bead. So you have to be really careful, and it's hard to do because the tags have some weight to them. But when you push that down, you want it just barely to kiss that ridge of paint, because if you push it all the way down like that, it smashes it out. And like these were little round circles and it smashed it out into more like dots, but it still looks okay. Yeah, you know. So here's one that I did another one like this. I was sorry I added that black over the turquoise, because that turquoise was really popping before I did that, and it covered up a lot of it. And this one's kind of more watercolory. I added more water. Did the design of the Outback stencil the opposite direction. You know, just playing. Hey, Kia. And here's one I did with purple with a little bit of the silver down the side. There's a lot of layers on them. This one I did, there's 3 shades of blue that she has. Oops, I'm out of frame. And lifted it off with my Patty's Mark stencil and more of the silver. You can get like 3 or 4 pulls out of it when you know, draw the design on there. Eileen, talking about stencils. I know, sometime this month, Eileen, I'm waiting for Sherry to come back to me. She had, somebody was out. I don't know if they had, I want to say they had surgery on their leg or foot or something. That was part of their staff for when we have a sale and we have a lot of those orders, that it's some of her help trying to get those orders out. So she wanted to wait until that staff member was back. And so they should be coming out sometime later this month. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. So here's one I did with like big circles, so I only got little bits of them on there, and went with paint. I did the paint like Dina shows on her videos, where I used one of her brushes completely dry and a little bit of paint, and then almost like brushed it through the stencil, not just pouncing it. So I was just playing with stuff like that. There was an iron gate that I lifted off in the back of there. I don't know if you can see that design or not. And then I painted over with the Outback stencil. And this had 3 different lifts of the turquoise paint I drew on the plate, the silver scallops I drew on the plate, and the bigger circles I drew on the plate, and lifted and pulled each one. And here's one with pictographs that I lifted up. I'm getting a really blurry picture on my camera. Are you guys seeing me clear? It looks like, from what I'm seeing on Ustream, it looks okay. But let me try something here. My own camera software is real blurry and pixelated, and I don't know why. Huh. I think what I'm looking at comes in pretty clear, though. And here's another one I did. I didn't gesso this tag, and I didn't care for the way that it looked under there, but when I put other layers on it, it kind of looked kind of cool. So I was okay with that one. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them. I just made them to play. And I was just lifting all the extra paint off on this one, so that was nothing. But that's what I was playing with the other day. And then I got to making some boxes. I was on a cigar box binge. I had a baby boy box that I needed to do and 2 wedding boxes. So I don't have them decorated. I'm waiting for the pictures. So they're really not much to see. But this is going to be the baby boy box. And it's going to have this kind of aged graphic paper on the back. I don't even have the knobs on them. But I did, you know, do the interior. And this one is a baby boy whose nursery is a jungle theme. So that's why all the jungle animals. And then this one on the bottom. So I got all the decoration to do. I have an ultrasound picture coming from his mom. He's not here yet, although he's probably going to be here very soon. And then 2 different friends of mine are both getting married on the same day, June 14th. We're going to the one wedding. The other one is a destination wedding that we can't go to. The destination wedding is going to be on the beach, of course. I think they're in Mexico. So this is the one. I might have done part of this on the stream. I love this rose pattern for a wedding box. And I did it with the, I think it was broken china I used on this. And here's the inside. It's got a very pale lacy pattern here. But I love this. We don't remember days, we remember moments. And then this turquoisey lace, white lace on a turquoisey background. And I love the edges. And here it's like white crackled paint. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Maybe that way. And on the bottom is more, it's like a paisley design. Not paisley. Fleur-de-lis. Not a fleur-de-lis. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the hell it is. And it looks like it's wallpaper peeling off of bare wood. So that all kind of looks sort of beachy to me. And then the next one, I've gotten a little bit more done on this one because I had some pictures. I need to get a wedding picture for them and put on the cover. But this is for another friend of mine, and she loves red. And so I didn't show you the edges on here. I did this one in like a weathered wood. Put their names on the back. And this weathered wood paper, it's got little lace laid on the edges. On some of the edges you see some lace there. I like that one. So this one has red on the edges. Hey Annabelle. Hey Pam. Hey Gray. So this one's got red on the sides. And inside, more red. So that's a picture of them. And I embellished it with the word love up here and put some little dots. I love this paper here. I covered the screw for the other side of the lid, the knob, with a, what do they call those? Gumdrops from Tim Holtz. Right? Hey Mitzi. Hey Miko. And she has 2 cats. So her cats kind of got in there. And this one's on a red dresser. And this one was like all kind of white. So I just put them on a red background. And she's Irish. And so I have found this paper, Kiss Me I'm Irish. And had that, I thought it was a fun picture with the greens and the yellows in the background. And her pop of red on her dress she had on. So I need their bridal photo to go on there, and then I can finish these up. So let me move these out of the way. Gray. Okay. Hey, Gray. I have another friend who's Gria, and I assume everybody's name's like what I know. Hang on, let me put these out of the way in a safe place so I don't bash them up. So I had a package to send out today to my friend Joan in the UK. Oh, here's the frame that's going to go in the beach box. On the front. Thanks, Lucy. My friend Joan sent me a bunch of stuff. I streamed and showed the big card that she made me, and in each page of the card, she had a rubber stamp. Hey, Jean. She had a rubber stamp that I can use for clay tiles, tucked in each page. And then she had all this cardstock she made that she used that software program that she was decorating her own cardstock. Well, she also bought all 3 sets of my stamps, and I picked up some other things that she couldn't get in the States and made her a custom box on my Etsy shop and just sent it out to her today. And it's funny because when I went going to go to the post office, I noticed that I had a little pink slip on my door, and it was they tried to deliver a package, and I wasn't here, and they wouldn't leave it. So I went to pick up that package and send the box to Joan. And guess what I was picking up? Another package from Joan. So I started to rip it open, coming home driving, and I thought I was going to run myself off the road. So I thought, don't be stupid. It'll be there tonight. Let's just open it later tonight. And I thought, you know what? Let's open it and stream and have something else to show. So I'm going to pull this out of here, and you guys are going to see it when I see it. Yeah, I think that sounds right. Craft Artist 2. That might be the right one. I know it's only, I can't get it on my Mac. It's only for Windows machines. So that's a rip, but what are you going to do? Oh, how cute is that? Look at this little gift bag she made. And with a little, like a rainbow metallic shell on there. Oh, and look at the little flowers and the scalloped edge on the top. How cute is it? Oh, and the lace underneath of it. It's just got dimension and dimension on top of one another. How cute is that? Oh, and you know what? I've made so many boxes, I'm running out of this. What a timely gift. Now it's sticking to the inside, unfortunately, but I will get it out of there. A bunch of double-sided tapes in different sizes. Thank you very much, Joan, if you're listening or when you hear this on YouTube. Hey, Jean. Homeschool Jean. How cute is that little box? And scalloped on the inside. Can you see the inside edges in there? And with baker's twine handles. That is stinking cute. I'll reuse that for something. All right. I have a huge lawn and leaf bag full of trash I've been accumulating over the last, I don't know, week off and on when I come down here. And I generate a lot of trash making those boxes, believe it or not. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Lisa. So this, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Another envelope and an envelope and an envelope. Oh, hang on. Let me open up links. I don't think I have links open, guys. Okay. Links are open. They are now, Erica. Hey, Vicky. So, oh my gosh. Backgrounds made with some of your artwork. Plus some cardstock. Oh, wow. All right. One thing at a time here. I want to open them all at once. She is really creative with this software. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Patty and Mojo. Oh, look at the detail in this. The whole card, can you see the texture is debossed? And then it's got all these die cuts for the lace and the leaves. And these are actually my alcohol ink tiles. These pictures on each one of these little frames here, they're pictures of my alcohol ink tiles. Ah, how cute is that? Now I hate to rip that, but I don't know how else I'm going to open it. Yeah, I think that's one that's just going to have to fight the dust. Hope you're feeling fit very soon, Patty and Mojo. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this up this ladder. She's got, each one of those is pictures of my artwork. That's one of my canvases. That was a book cover that I did with the full sheet of the shipping tape on the jelly plate where you lift off the picture and fill out the, I had foil behind this one. This was another tape off the jelly plate, and this was alcohol ink on Yupo. Patty and Mojo, wishing you both a full recovery from your recent injuries. I hope you're both soon fighting fit, energetic, pain-free, and enjoying life to the full once again. Until then, take things easy and look after yourselves. With heartfelt wishes to you both. Hugs, Joan. Made just for the two of you. And it says Patty and Mojo back there. How cute is that? You know what? It just really tickles me that I'm sitting in my basement doing what I do with the computer running and a little camera on, and you can make friends with somebody halfway across the globe that is so sweet and sends you stuff like this. It just blows my mind. Oh, here's some of her dog's pictures on here. I'm going to cover up her address. Along with this card, I've sent some backgrounds I made for you incorporating some of your beautiful artwork. Also enclosed some backgrounds I made in a few sheets of Oriental text cardstock. I hope you can make good use of them. I thought you could scan what backgrounds you like and print them off as needed. Also enclosed some decoupage paper I used for printing the backgrounds on for you to try out. They tend to come out of the printer quite well wet with ink. I just handle them carefully and lay them down flat to dry. And normally don't take very long. I noticed using double-sided tape, so I've sent you some very strong double-sided tape, which I use quite a lot. Thought it might be better for you when using your lined cigar boxes. Much stronger adhesive, less likely to dry up. Big arty hugs, Joan. That's really, really cute. Thank you so much, Joan. I know you'll see this somewhere. I'm going to put this over here because this is where all your other things are you sent me. Right there on my desk. So let's get to these papers. I'm dying to see these papers. Mojo is doing pretty good, cats. We take him Thursday to get his stitches out. Not stitches, staples. And that'll be the 2-week mark. So still have a long road after that. He's going to be for 3 or 4 months. He's got to be confined and held on a leash and helped up and down the steps, which is no easy feat at 105 pounds. We have a sling. Dave's taken him every time other than the first day he was home. Dave wasn't here the day after we brought him home. He couldn't be here, and I had him on my own, and he wanted to go out like 5 times, and I was crippled by the time Dave got home. Erica, he had a torn ACL in his left knee, so he had to undergo, it's a new surgery they do called for larger dogs called TPLO, and I forget what that stands for. Basically, they go into the lower bone, I think it's the femur, and they cut the bone and spin it so it's then got a flat surface for the top bone to sit on instead of sliding down like this where the tendon won't hold it anymore. It flattens it out so it can rest on top of there. And then he's got hey Merle, plates, steel plates and pins through his legs. So it's going to be about a 4-month process to get him back to the point where he can be off a leash and, you know, kind of go back to normal activities. But until then, he can't be off a leash. He has to be confined all the time. I installed a webcam my nephew got us for Christmas, like 2 Christmases ago. And Dave took off all last week with him. So he was home here taking care of him all the time. Hey, Colleen. And Monday, yesterday, was our first day that we left him in the house by himself. And we put him in a small bedroom that we have in the back of the house. And Dave installed the gate that we had when they were puppies that we had in the laundry room. And he's got to wear one of those cone head things, so that's real awkward. Mojo's 7.5, Erica. Hey, Matt. And so anyway, it should, you know, he's got to be confined. So anyway, I hooked up this webcam. That's what I was saying. Hooked up this webcam, and I can have my iPad sitting right next to my computer at work. And just, all he does is sleep all day. He changes positions 2 or 3 times, and he's just out sleeping all day. But it's funny, I told Dave, I said, call me. Hey, Zandra. Hey, Willena. I told him to call me. I said, call me when you get home and you go to open the garage door, because he always gets home before me. Because he leaves at the crack of dawn for work. But anyway, he called me, and when he opened the garage door, I saw him on the camera, I saw Mojo raise his head up. And then when he heard the basement door, he stood up and he hobbled over on his 3 legs to the gate. And as soon as he heard the basement door open, his tail was just as wagging as hard as he could wag his tail, because he knew his dad was home. So Dave's been handling him, other than that first day after surgery. So I've been able to heal a lot more. And this weekend I just rested. I kept my legs up, iced off and on. So yeah, I feel a lot better this week. I'm still sore. I go to my orthopedic next Monday, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better. But yeah, you know, you got to take care of your doggies. He's such a sweet thing too. So anyway, let's get to this paper. And this is on the coolest paper. It's I'm sure it's an A4 size, but it's not quite as slick as Yupo. But I really like that paper. But look at this. Look at this paper that she made. How cool are those designs? Another one. Oh, black and white. I love black and white too. And I love circles, and I love spirals, and I love that tribal stuff. Oh, Lord, Erica. What didn't happen to me this month? I ended up having to call an ambulance for myself one morning. Thought I had a kidney stone. Went to the hospital. Come to find out it was diverticulitis. 2 days later, we found out Mojo tore his ACL. The next day, I had like 16 girls over from work doing a baby shower out on our deck. And I went to sit on this teak stool that we usually keep in the shower, that we had power washed, so we had it outside. And I sit on it all the time to wash the dogs. We don't have a tub. We have like a walk-in shower. And it's been in there for years. I sit on it all the time. So I sat on this stool that, because we power washed it, come to find out, it swelled all the joints of this teak stool with water. And the joints were just mush. And when I sat in it, it just kept going, and my butt hit both of my heels, and it hyperextended both knees as far and as hard as you could. And I thought I dislocated my right hip. It hurt so bad. I had to lay on the deck for an hour and a half in the middle of the shower. I just said, just hand me my wine. Keep opening the presents. I'm good. The girls ran in and got me ice and frozen vegetables out of the freezer to put on me. Pillows, cushions off the sofa to stick underneath of me to get me comfortable, and finally had to text Dave and say, I'm so sorry to call you back here again, but I think I am really screwed up here. So back he came, helped me get up. Then, the next day, I had a follow-up from the emergency room visit with my doctor, And because of the fall, he gave me an anti-inflammatory and muscle relaxers and said ice and elevate all weekend. So I did, and I felt much better by Monday. But along the way through the weekend, this is beautiful. Along the way through the weekend, I started passing blood more and more each day. Look at the dimension in that one. And so then, long story short, Monday I called the doctor and said, hey, passing a lot of blood with diverticulitis, you got to look after that. So he said, you've got to go back to the emergency room right away. Good Lord. Long story short, it was the anti-inflammatory med caused a bleed. So I had to stop taking that, which stopped the bleeding, which also started the pain again. So, okay. Oh, she sent me some of that paper. That is really, she's calling it cardstock. And I don't do a lot with just, other than that cheap cardstock I jelly print on. So I don't know a lot about it, but this is some sweet stuff. I'm going to put this somewhere where I don't do anything stupid to it. Backgrounds made with some of your artwork. Let's see what these look like. I know, Pamela. It's really cool. The layers and stuff that are in here are awesome. Oh, wow, look at this. So, this blue background that you see with the white grid marks here, that was a turquoise and brown full sheet that I pulled off the jelly plate of the shipping tape. And then these are just things that she laid over top of that. But if you can see, and this is a small picture of the big piece, and these circles here and here that are shadowed. So she kind of repeated that in a smaller circle on top of that. That's really cool. This, I think the base of this was an alcohol ink tile. I'm pretty sure. Fun colors. Jean, these are prints that my friend Joan in the UK made. She's got a digital scrapbook program where she can build layers. And some of these she's taken, she's used my art that she asked me permission to capture pictures off of my Facebook page. And then she's just built layers up of different shapes of my art and different layers of just textures and other shapes to create these papers. They're really cool. So these are all just came out of her head and what she designed on this. I'm going to put this down so I can hold this a little bit better. These really, they look like you can feel this texture on them. They really do. And then all these circles here are a piece of my work that I did. This, I can't recognize. You know what? This is probably an alcohol ink. Oh, and all these circles here, they're like donuts. They're of another piece of that tape that I did. The full sheet jelly tape that I made, that book cover. Do I have the book cover? Oh, Lord, I have it somewhere. I don't have it right here. But I backed the open portions of that pole. I backed with aluminum foil so it's shiny silver, which you can't really tell on this piece here. This, I think, I don't know if this was a jelly print or alcohol ink. I can't really tell. It looks familiar, but I can't tell. I don't remember what it was. But these papers are really awesome. Oh, look at this. This, I know this stencil is a Julie Faye Fambalzer stencil that I used to use it all the time. Echoes. It's called Echoes. Paula uses that one too. And that must have been a jelly print then if that was being pulled off of there. And then these little gear designs, they have little bits of that. Let's see if you can see those. See all the little gears? They have a smaller shot of this same design in there. Oh, look at this one. Oh, okay, now if you look at this, you can see this is the this was a jelly print. These circles and then the diamonds in between the circles, that's one of my original eye stencils that I had. Not my eye stencil, but an eye stencil pattern. So that's what she started that one with. That's really cool. And I see the Echoes stencil in here, and I think this is just another piece of a jelly print kind of mixed up in there. And I'd be really interested to see how she makes those layers where it's not all one layer, it's just pieces showing through. Gee, Eileen, I watched your Ustream video where you showed Photoshop elements, and I picked up a lot of stuff out of there, but I've never had the time to sit and apply it. So it's like my brain's like a friggin' sieve. Ooh, I know what this is. This was a jelly print. Can you see this pattern underneath there? That had PBOs in it. It was lime green, that yellow green, and I forget what other colors. And it was, what stencil was that? It's one of my favorite prints. I have it in a binder. That's really cool. It's so cool looking in here and seeing something that you know is familiar. You know you had your hand in it, but I can't remember exactly what it was on this one, to tell you the truth. I would guess alcohol ink. Something with alcohol inks was the way this is kind of blended and blurred. That yellow, green, blue back in the background. And this, again, I'm seeing that a little bit of the Echoes stencil. Is that Echoes? In the very background of this. I think that's what it is. These are just the coolest thing. There's so many layers and little elements. See the little paisley here and this little window and little spiral. Looks like that ribbon you take with scissors and like that and make it all spirals up like this. And then the bigger swirls and these filigree swirls. And there's a lot of components to this thing. Really cool. Oh, and look, the anchors. That's a pictograph. The anchors, that's part of a pictograph, something other that I did. And then this is another Crafter's Workshop stencil, this oblong design. I forget what that was called. That's another Julie stencil, I think. Really cool. I love the anchors. Anchors reminds me today, I always tell you guys about my sister-in-law Janine that we lost. Today is 5 years ago that she passed away, and there's a lot of pictures on the kids and my brothers and our friends' Facebook pages of Janine today, celebrating her life at her 5 years. And the anchor was her symbol with Chelsea. Chelsea always said, "Mom's my anchor." And Chelsea and Pete, my niece and her husband, they're actually in Florida now. And Chelsea she posted a picture of this huge, I don't know, it's not, I don't want to say a billboard. It was in the shape of an anchor, and it was lit up with words, but it had a saying down the whole, around the ring of the anchor, and then that top bar, and as it got wider, and around the hooks, it was a saying that went top to bottom, and it said something like, you are my anchor that keeps my feet firmly on the ground, and you're also the wind beneath my wings that helps me grow, or something. It was much more poetic than that, but that was kind of the gist of it. But that's what Chelsea saw in Florida today and posted it on Facebook, and I was like, that was really cool. But bittersweet, really bittersweet. This is that alcohol print again, alcohol ink I did on Yupo. Seeing all the bigger circles and the little circles. That's a fun, happy print. I like all these hot pink splatters through it, and the black. These black lines remind me of the those what's that stuff? That tulip paint stuff I do on the clear. Good Lord, I can't talk tonight. The acetate, so you can just, and then you put matte medium all over the whole thing and let it dry overnight, and you peel it up in sheets. I use it in my collages. Okay, this is the background. This is an alcohol ink deal in there. And these colors that you see up here is that tape again that was the green and the orangey colors. And this one, I'm not sure. I love this diamond pattern in there, but it's like over another pattern. They really have a lot of depth to them. Look at this. Look at this load of papers. Oh my gosh. One's more beautiful than the next. Well, I skipped through a bunch of them there, but they kind of stuck together. I hope that was a few that fell there. Look at this. You just can't pick one. I'm going to have to do something with these. I hate the thought of cutting them up, but I'm going to have to do something with those. Let me put those out of harm's way. And then look at this. This is really interesting. It's very substantial. And very shiny. Can you see that? It's slick. It's like, it almost feels laminated, but it feels like regular cardstock on the back. So she knows I like that font. So look at that stuff. That's really cool. And turquoise. Hello. So I saw somebody say something about the retreat. So it's not long now, girls. We are at 22 officially, I believe is the count. And Eileen, I wish you were going with us, since this was your brilliant idea and all that. But it's sneaking up on us. Everybody's paid their down payment. I signed the contract, as everybody knows. June 7th is the cutoff to book your hotel room and get the discounted rate. So if you guys are on here and you have not yet booked your hotel room, it's now June 2nd. So do not delay and miss out on getting the discounted rate for our hotel rooms. And so far I met the contractual agreement, and if everybody books their rooms as we expect them to, I should have all my contractual stuff met and won't have to pay anything out of my pocket to cover anything. Hey, Bridgeton. Hello, Sunset. I forget everybody's names. I'm so terrible at the names. So, yeah, it won't be long now, girls. We're just a little more than a month away. So if you have any questions about anything, post on that Facebook page, or you can email me. And I want to make sure everybody's got all their questions answered and are ready to come and have some fun. I also, if you didn't see the Facebook post, I talked to my friend Patty that owns the Queen's Ink, and let her know that she's probably going to have some incoming out-of-town shoppers, and I believe she's going to have a discount coupon for us if any of us go there. So I'll have when I get that news, I'll post it there so everybody knows. So now I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I've been looking at these papers and I haven't paid any attention to you guys. So what's going on here? Baking polyclay on big pens. Oh, I've played with that before. Jen, the Makugami? No, Makumiga. Oh, shit. Oh, I almost said that word. Makumegane. I know what it is. You take layers and layers of colors of clay and you poke all kind of holes and stuff in it, and then you shave off little layers, and where you've pressed the clay down into different layers, when it shaves off, you see different marbling and layers of colors and the designs of all the different holes and pokey things you put in it. Yeah, I did that in a class one time several years ago. No idea what the hell I ever did with that stuff. Nothing sneaks by you, Gene. Oh, God. So, anyway, this is just open because I was laying here drying from the other night I was playing. And I did these that I showed earlier, right? All these tags I did with the Dina paints and using the needle tool on the jelly plate and drawing designs and picking them up, right? All these. In case you weren't here in the beginning, that's what I was showing. And my underpaper, this was just a pickup to pick up all the black off of it. Got all schmutzed up, and that's what this is. So I thought, hey, I'm going to do a Robin Marie here and take my underpaper to start a journal page. And I thought, I haven't done a journal page in, I can't tell you when I did one. 2 years ago? I don't know. I just got away from doing them and got into other stuff. But anyway, that's all that is. It's just my underpaper, and I slapped some white paint on there. And it's been sitting here drying overnight, so I will do something with it at some point, but I don't know what that will be. But I'm going to set this aside for the moment. I don't have an aside. I'm running out of places to set stuff. And I've got a pretty big area, so that's not good. I'll set you right there. A little journal. So I've had the Dina paints for a while. And then I ordered the metallics and the black in April 4th, I think it was. And they came in the other day, and I thought, what the heck is this? I didn't order anything. And I opened up, I totally forgot about it. I got the silver, the gilt, the penny, and the black, and 2 sets of the tips. So I haven't really played with these a lot, but I did the other day, and I do really like them. And I don't need these on there, though. So, watch, I'll end up needing these on there. So doing these tags is really the first time. I've blotted out a little bit of the paint on the jelly plate before. But I hadn't really seriously played with it. But I have a couple other tags here. We could play with those. And then I got, when I ordered some scrapbook paper, I happened to notice that they had the Dylusions paint at scrapbook.com for $3.99. So I got a few colors. And when my package arrived, the pink had leaked. You can't really tell, but it was all over every jar. So I don't know how much is left in there. I haven't even gotten to open them yet. But I called to let them know, and they sent me a brand new jar. No questions asked. Just sent it to me. Got it in a couple days. So I haven't really played with these at all. My brain's kind of fried. Let me smear a little bit of gesso on here, and we'll see what if I can show you what I was doing to make the tags that I made. And you guys probably already know how. It's just Dina's techniques. It must be, I don't know if they, it's got a sealer all the way around, that you got to pull this. It's perforated, and then you pull this off. And I don't know if they can get loosened in there or something. I don't know. Ooh, look at that. They do have kind of a strong smell. But man, it looks like you want to eat it. I'm going to try try to abstain from doing that. Play with the Dylusions? Okay, if I must. Bye, Dina. Put you over there, my friends. Let's see, what do I want to do? Let me get these babies open. Eileen, I'm telling you, I don't know why I listen to you. Maybe it's better that you're not coming. All the stories you tell of the sailors at the Maritime Institute, Lord knows what you'd get me into. Yeah, I've heard some people on YouTube say that they think the Dylusions paints have a strong odor. And they do. I mean, I stuck my nose in the jar and I smelled them. I don't know that it's that I would call it, you know, bad or offensive, but there is an odor to them. Now, I see everybody saying that you have to, yeah, see, still kind of leaky. I'm bleeding. Bleeding a hot pink. I'm going to open this one and see what the story is in here. Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of all over the place in there. Oh, my last paper towel. Crap. Oh, no, there, I see some more. We're okay. Oh, golden acrylic leak. That's not good. Oh, that's good that you got your money back, Dorothy. Yeah, you don't want that stuff leaking. That's expensive. Alright, well, we'll see how that goes. Pretty color. So everybody I see on YouTube talks about how they dry out so quick you have to keep the lids on them. Well, I'm not putting the lids on and off of them like that. I'm just not that girl that's going to do that. They dry up. By jiggities, they're going to dry up. I don't know what to tell you. So I just got 6. I thought that should do me. Yeah, I can start to smell these now that they're open. Hey, Carrie. All right. What am I going to do with you, pretty colors? You know what I've been trying to try? And, if I remember, Diane doesn't gesso, right? She just uses her paints and inks right on the paper. She's not a gessoer. It's Dina that gessos. So I'm going to find, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of using my little tools, I have a sheet of this stuff. I forget what it's called. It's that spongy stuff. I'm going to cut a bunch of these up and use these like as applicators. Oh, I need my bigger skizzers. Get more of a bite on this. Patty, how do you like your Dylusions? Is that supposed to say journal? Yeah, journal. I like them. I've had several of them. You don't see me using them much. I had a couple that. Where's that one that I'd had all backgrounds in? Where do I put these things? I had one filled. I love to make backgrounds, but I'm not much follow through on the final journaling bits. I'm not big on journaling, but I love doing the backgrounds. And I had, where the hell is that book? Hang on, let me walk over here 1 second, see if I can find that one to do a quick flip through, if I can find it. Well, isn't that interesting? It's a mystery. I have no idea where that is. Now that really ticks me off because now I want to find it. Exactly what you guys want to do is listen to me shuffle in the background trying to find something. But I should know where it is, and I don't. Where the hell would I put that? Oh, where? Oh, where? It was, oh, was that, oh no. That's not it. Oh well. Another day, I suppose, for that. No idea what I'm doing here. I figured this should work if the little inking tools work, right? This should work too. That's my theory. But I love how she just, everybody talks about how easily these paints blend. So, let's just dive in, shall we? Hobby Lobby 5 minutes away? That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, and you're right behind. Oh, wow. That's dangerous. Okay, so let's do, I don't know. Let's get in this crazy pink that was trying to get away from me. That's a decent amount of paint on there. They do. Wow, they go on really smooth. And that wasn't that much paint, but look at the coverage I'm getting out of that. Holy moly, look at that. Look at the color. That's some hot pink there, buddy. I don't know if it's showing up online for you guys as bright as that is, but that's some hot pink right there. And let's do a little yellow. I'm going to take it out of the lid and come up from the bottom. I'm going to see what these do when they blend. Look at that bright yellow. Oh, hello, lover. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. I mean, how quick did that blend? And look at that, how that blended there. That's awesome. Let's see what happens if we just go with this. It's almost dry now with this yellow. But it's still got enough on there to keep tinting that. Look at that. That is amazing to me. Still cool and a little bit damp. Wow. I likey. This one's not quite. I'm dying to get into this turquoise, so here we go. I jump in. Look at you. I'm going to go right over this pink and see what I get. Got kind of funky in there because that aren't the yellows in there too, so I had all three primary colors sort of in there. Come back into reality. Don't go too crazy. That kind of really dulled that down. That's a nice purple, but it's almost too dark. That's where I was going, Eileen. I was going to the green next. I'm going lime. So that's about how much paint I have on there, if you can see that. I want to get up in here to this turquoise and see what happens. Now get into the yellow. See what happens there. I need a little bit more. It's kind of dried out there. Am I in frame? Sort of, maybe. Getting too excited. I can't. Not paying attention. They really look opaque and, you know, thick, dense colors. But when you can see them blend like that, you know that they're not. What am I missing? Oh, I haven't done the orange or the purple. Well, I'm running out of room here, but I know I'm going to get some brown around the edges of this. What's that do over the green? You know the PBOs, Jean, when you do the yellow green and the PBO over top of the Oriental Purple PBO, and that's not an iridescent. Uh-oh, that kind of looks like a penis. I better start going a little bit outside the line here and round that out before we have to change the rating on my broadcast, if you know what I mean. They always sneak in there. Okay, I just kind of got a hot mess there of different stuff, but it's pretty. I just want to see what it would do, but I want a ghost. I want to ghost. A ghosting I shall go. Let's do this on one. And I got the new distress sprayer. These are pretty nice. You get a really, really fine mist. Or you can get droplets by flipping this little switch down here. I don't know if you can see that little trigger. It's a little button here. You push it, it comes out this way, or you push it back. I like the fine mist myself. Star PBOs. It's a brand of paint, PBO Studio Acrylics, and they have a line of iridescent colors they call Dina colors, D-Y-N-A colors. Here's one I've actually cut open to get the last bit of goodness out of there. But they're Dina colors. And like this one is green paint with blue iridescent in it. And this is probably, oh, it's not dried up yet. This is yum-o stuff, let me tell you. Can you see what that does? Shimmery. And you put that against black or anything. That's yummy. So, okay, let's do a little ghost here. Get some, oh, that's one thing I don't like about this. I keep hitting the button and it's locking it out. Okay. A little bit of water down there. We'll see if when these are dry like that, if it's going to ghost. Oh, and here's my other little roll of paper towels. Hello. I can see the water on there. I'm not seeing it react. It's wet on there. I can see it, but I don't know if it's going to lift any paint, but let's try. Let's see what happens. Nope, not really. So I guess because that was too dry. There's a faint design, but I think that's just because those parts are a little bit damp. That really didn't do what I was expecting it to do. Grab another stencil here. Oops. Got to do something about this drawer of stencils. I'm telling you, it's about out of control. Let's try this. And I'm sure this is going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a little bit more water this time. That is probably too much water. Oh, so you can't get ghost with the... Oh, you got to get it when it's wet. That makes sense. Alright, let me get this up here. Nada. Nada, nada, nada. Got a little tiny bit of the purple up on that, but not like the inks do. So, but that's kind of cool because the paints are more permanent. You just got to act quicker when it's wet. Yep. No ghosty. It's a little bit damp still. They are very bright and vibrant though. Let's try to do something when it's still wet. Checking these out to see if they're going to dry like everybody says they're going to dry up so fast. Not so much. I'm still good. Yeah, I did ghost with the Dina stuff, Jen, on these tags, right? All those are, I ghosted a design on those. The bubbles in the background were ghosted. Pictographs on that one. That was Iron Gate, but you can barely tell it because I put so many other layers on it. Alright, let's do this. Let's go back to the pink and let's see what kind of time we got in here to ghost something. Ooh, look at you. Okay, just some kind of mess. I'm not worrying about what it is. I'm going to lay a stencil down that's handy. And let's see. Did I let that one dry too much? Possibly, because I don't see much happening. Oh no, there we go. I got a little bit of that. Of course, I'm also getting the texture of the paper towel in there. And that worked. But see the good old bounty design in there? Kind of cool though. Thanks, Star. That one is called... That's one of my eye stencils. What the hell is it called? Orbs? Orb Stacks. That one's Orb Stacks, number 45. But we'll be having another sale soon, so hold up. Don't buy any yet. Yeah. Now I'm going to try... This page is still kind of wet on the back. I'm going to go over here. And I am, because I'm going to go away from these for a couple minutes. I will put the lids back on these. I saw, who was it today? Or last night I was watching a video. Oops. Oh, a little messy. Carolyn Doobie, maybe. Where she was jelly plating with these. And she had her little, I guess it's a 1 or 2 inch brayer. And she was dipping it right in the pot. And going from there. Yeah, I'll let everybody know. We'll do a stream. I'll put some teasers out so everybody knows it's coming, and I'll do a stream to announce the new ones and announce the code for the sale and all that stuff like I usually do. As soon as I know. Now, I thought I only cut 6 pieces, and I only have... Oh, I didn't use the orange, did I? This is just the yellow and the pink mixed. This does go a long way. Huh, okay. Alright, so let's try a little Dina action here. You know, does Dina have a pink? Anybody know? Because I thought I had all of her colors, but I never found a pink. But they're kind of all mushed up in here. I'm going to look through here again. Oops, there goes something. This is a ridiculous amount of paint for one person to have. It just really is. I think I may have a problem. Oh, God. I don't know if she has a pink. Magenta. Huh. Oh, that really ticks me off. Now I gotta dig further for it. I thought so, Erica. All right, give me another minute. Oh, there it is. Darned if it doesn't. Just have to dig far enough. Magenta. Yeah, the bubble gum is Diane's. Her pink is bubble gum. Dina's is magenta. So let's do. Oh, I still have one of her brushes sitting in water all night long. Probably wasn't too smart, but. APG Jamie. Hello, dear. All right, let's try this. So I guess with her paints, I need to gesso a little bit, right? To make them work the way she likes to work them. So put a little gesso down. Ooh, wow. All right. That's going to dry pretty quickly because that's really thin. All right. I love my Mac, but these daggone plugs are so big. They take up so much room in a power strip. Hey, God. They're already kind of dry, Jamie. I think they're okay. Well, as I say that, here's a little bit on here. This is just Liquitex gesso. The big honking jug. Good enough. It's humid here. Man, we've had a lot of rain and storms the last couple of days and just kind of misty and crappy all day. So let's do what we did. Let's do yellow. I don't know how much paint this is going to take of hers to cover this. But we'll start with this and see what we get. Oh, hey, Andrea. Okay. Still got a little good bit of paint in my brush. All right. I'm going to flip it over. It's got a little yellow coming out there. It's making that kind of coral already. You really do see the brush strokes with Dina's brushes with the hard bristle, which I like in some instances. Oh, look at that orangey color coming up there. Now I'm going overboard. Stop. Back away. Back away. Alright, let's grab a stencil. Let's try this one before because I think this will go kind of cool. Cool pattern. Yeah, we have we're up for an event in Canada at one of our offices, and they said it was definitely a jacket kind of day. I can already see this reacting. See that little bit of lift going on there? So let's try this and see what we get. You know, I don't like the design of the paper towel in there all the time, I gotta tell you. Well, it lifted on the pink, but I guess the yellow dried in that amount of time enough. Yeah, the yellow didn't really lift. This did a little bit, but I really don't like the paper towel design in there all over the place. Oh, it's still letting me move it around. Oh, well, I'm committed now. Huh. Interesting. This one I do have to put some deli in between there. Yeah, I'll have to lift with something else. Sometimes the pattern looks okay. Sometimes I'm not like done with the pattern. Like, leave the pattern alone. Let's try, since I got this gesso here. Last night when I was doing those tags, or whenever it was, I don't know when it was. What the hell did I got all over that one? Some kind of yellow something, I don't know. I need a little bit more. I don't have any more larger manila tags. I gooed them all up the other night. I have some smaller ones, but I don't feel like messing with the smaller ones. These are leftover tags from Chelsea's wedding favors from last June. We did, she did crab mallets. I don't know if you guys saw me post my picture when Dave and I had steamed crabs this weekend. I posted a picture on Facebook of the crabs and one of Chelsea's mallets that was her favor. And on the favor, on the mallet, the crab mallet was burned in their names and the date and stuff. And we had one of these cards tied to the mallet, and I had distress inked it, and we had taken a Maryland crab soup recipe and glued that down, and then distressed that too, and then flipped water droplets on it and beaded them up so it looked really aged and watery. It really looked cool. I have one upstairs in my recipe box that I kept, and that was tied to the crab mallet. As being from Maryland, we're big crab people, you know. So it was appropriate for the occasion. Alright. Might as well do all of them since I got it out here. Hey, Pam. Beaver Dog Pam. There's a lot of Pams. So yesterday I was using my fingers. I was finger painting with Dina's paints and water, and then ghosting, and then I was using the pens to draw on the jelly plate, and then lifted the drawn designs. But I'll pull that out and show you what I'm talking about, how the design smushes out. You end up with a bigger design than what you think you're going to get. Yeah, it's been such a cold winter, and still cold now. We've had a few hot days, but we aren't getting local crabs yet. We're still getting them from the Gulf. And we should be into local crab season by now. And it's just not worked out that way this year. So everybody's jonesing for the crabs. Hey, Pam. Glad it's working. So, let me scatter these about and just create even more layers of crap all over the place than I already have. That one looks kind of dry. Alright. Let's see here. I was making some really pretty combos. Where's my ruby? Here's ruby and yellow. I thought this was coming out kind of pretty. Sand, powder, lobster numbers are down because of cold water. Wow, that's, and they like cold water, so that tells you something. The cat's watching me, Jean. Wonder if she likes the string. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Lizard, lizard, lizard. Yeah, blue tip crabs. Chesapeake Bay blue crabs, but they're not Chesapeake Bay, but they are blue crabs. Yeah, we grew up on the water. My mom still lives on the water on a little creek off the bay, the Chesapeake, and my grandfather was a commercial crabber. So when I was little, he used to take me out with him to crab and run the trot lines and stuff, and he'd let me dip crabs. I'd have the damn things all over the boat, chomping on his toes. That's all right, Chuck. Pop's all right. Keep dipping. Yeah, I do use a baby wipe, Jen, to lift when I do the ghosting that way. I sure do. So, let's see. This is what I was doing. I was doing, in no particular rhyme or reason of an order. And I was just spraying a little water on my fingers. And just started smushing them around. And whatever happened, happened. More yellow in there. And that takes a little while to dry, so I just sitting that over to the side. That's kind of really thick in some places. And I overmix some of them, but yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I was doing different combos. I never used magenta yet, so let's do that. Put a little yellow in there too. Get my fingers all smushed up. But they're really vibrant colors. But I'm going to go back, lift some of this, and then go back and hit it with some turquoise over it. Oh man, that really pops. It almost hurts your eyes. It's so bright. Okay. Yeah, not knowing if I'm wild about that one actually. But what are you gonna do? So let me get a few of these going here, and then I'll go back and ghost a little bit. Let's do some lime. That's for Jean. And my turquoise has a nozzle on it now, so I gotta schmutz a little bit of that on there. You know, I wonder if I just do it. Yep. Picking up some of the other colors because I'm on my messy paper. Mine shows to have blocked 9 ads so far. Watching Patti. You know what? I got so sick of those dang on ads. I just pay the $3.99 a month and be done with it. They're driving me bonkers. Well, that's a muddy mess. Yeah, I don't like that one. Oh crap, that's really muddy. Now I gotta wash up my brush. Now my brush is gonna be wet. Which maybe I'll put it on wet anyway. I'm switched up to Dina's paints now, just putting them on some tags. And that one is about as spongy looking as they come. But I'm going to go back and ghost a little bit on these babies. Let's see. I liked how they were coming out with that Outback stencil on there. Of course, now I can't find it. You can't be far because I just used you the other day. Well, maybe we'll use that one. Oh, you know what? And just some stripes. I wonder what that would look like. We don't know until we try, do we? So, alright, let's see what happens. Oh, look at you. That's kind of cool. This, you don't think this is much of a stencil, right? It's just lines, but it does some cool stuff. Really, really do. Alright, this is ridiculous. I need to do something about this. Here we go. There you are, you little rascal. This might be drying up too much. You know what? I'm going to get one for my cold colors because I think I'm going to make mud with that other one. There we go. That's still coming off. There's that one. Right. And let's do, this one's still pretty wet. I don't even like the looks of that for some reason. I think the magenta has more blue in it, so it almost gets a little burnt orange, earthy tone looking, I think, because it's a blue pink. And the yellow doesn't do what you think it's going to do exactly. There's that one. And Oh, this is the ugly one that's left. What the hell. Let's just do something and see what happens. Let's go right down the middle. That'll take most of it off. Not my fave. Alright, let these sit off to the side and dry. And let me do a couple more. Maybe the turquoise and the lapis, maybe. Oh, where's the sky? Sky, there you are. And the, let's see. I wonder what this in the sky would look like. The turquoise, I think, was a little too dark for this. Let me try these two. See what happens. I'll just go light to dark. Oh yeah, I'll get to the black, Pamela. Don't you worry, my friend. Alright. You know what? I'm going to use a wet brush. Against what Dina likes to do. But since I'm using my fingers wet, let's just try this and see what happens. Yeah, kind of cool. Spread this out so it dries a little bit quicker. Don't have everything. See, here's another journal page happening on my paper. Alright, let's see. Let's do something different. Let's do... I wonder what the magenta in the sky would look like. I know, I'm a rebel without a cause. Alright, a little bit of wah-wah, wah-wah-wah on my brush. Now that I went to get water on it, I see how much of that purple was still in there. Alright. That makes a pretty purple. That one's pretty. I like that better than the magenta with the yellow. Gotta tell you. I don't have my regular bucket of water. I just got these 3 glass bottles and a little thing I got at Michael's a few years ago. Where's my other tag? Here's a tag. Oh, I got a couple. I got 3 more. Okay. Let's get cracking here. Okay. Let's do yellow and green. Yep. This paint gets a weird consistency. It gets all kind of boogery when it's wet. Of course, you're not supposed to use it wet, really. But I want more of a washed out. Ooh, it's getting mixed up here with my other colors on my paper. That kind of almost blended out to one color, didn't it? Kind of, sort of. Okay, 2 more. Well, I'm going to default to my favorite combination here of late. Oops. I think that's a little bit too much paint. I'm just going to use the yellow and the red. I know when you're doing stuff like this, you really do create a lot of that underpaper goodness going on. Alright. A little wet again. Okay, let's see what kind of blend I get with just the ruby and the... This ruby really is a pretty red. Painting the threads and everything else. Should have probably cleaned my brush. Get out. Stop. Running out of underpaper room. Okay, I got one more. And then we're gonna... Oh, that one's my demo on the back there. Let's see. Yeah, let's do something different. Let's do... umber. Ooh. And orange. That could be really cool or really funky. Got a threat of baby poop here. Oh yeah, I didn't do any blue and yellow, did I? Oh well, I'm out of tags. Alright. I'm going to start from the top and get some bright orange up here, because once I get that umber on my brush, it's curtains. That's probably too much water. I'm just realizing that I might be letting all this stuff dry a little bit too much. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't a good choice, was it? We'll see. Alright. Now let's get to ghosting before it's all dried up. Let me get some other designs out of here. Oh, here's my little orbits. I haven't used this one in a while. Let's try... I don't know what I did first, but I'm going to have a disaster here shortly. Let's try some orbits. And that one's kind of puckered up there. Where's my spray bottle? Here we go. Oh! Did you see what I just did? Darn it! I meant to use my baby wipe and I spritz water on it. What a silly, silly girl. And it slipped. Really screwing this one up. Screwing the pooch on this one, people. Yeah, not too bad. just even more watercolory. Let's do one with this. Maybe this guy. See, these are drying a little bit too much on me, I believe. I'll still get a little bit of a pattern out of it. Got something on there. Oh, here we go. These are a couple of good ones. These little dots and pictographs. This one's kind of dry. We might be out of luck here. That's dry. Oh no, a little bit's coming off. Here's where the gesso helps it resist a little bit more than it would have. There's that one. And then we got this lemon lime thing. I'm just going to do these on this too. This might help this. Oh, that actually got a little muddy with the, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, where the wetness came through on my baby wipe from other colors. Oh, mercy. I should pull another piece of paper off of this and let this clean that up. Let's do the pictographs on this one. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Yeah, the Dina paints are pretty thick. They're heavy body. And what I'm going to show you next is how they, you can't see much of that on the orange, but it shows up pretty good on the brown, is how when you squidge some out on your jelly plate, the bead kind of stays 3D on there. And that's why when you pull the print, I'm going to have the back of my plexiglass all painted up here. There were little crusty bits. Where's Paula? Oh, yeah, Jean. Homeschool Jean. I saw how Cece did her stencils. I don't have any place to hang them like that, though. That would be great if I did. I thought about trying to get a bar set up on the far side of my desk so they're like in front of me, but I don't think that's going to work the way my setup is. But anywho. So now let's see what we got here. So I just want to add another little element of something on these. And I want my turquoise. So Dina always stresses about making sure your paint is shaken down into that needle so you don't get any, you know, air farts farting paint everywhere, and you want a clean line if you can get it. And to try to like test it over here somewhere. Hello? Man, I gotta really squeeze that one to get it out of there. So I'm just gonna do, actually I'm gonna go this way, widthwise. And let's just do some jagged lines like I did. So this is kind of like, oh man, it's hard. This one's hard to squeeze. Actually, that corner of that thing is in my hand hurting it. I gotta move. And I can't, I don't have the hand strength, I guess, to get a really good. And see, you lose some of the, like I missed this line here. When you go try to fill it back in, I never quite get it right. So, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but can you see how that's laying in a three-dimensional bead, right? So if you take a pull off of this, and you press on the plate like we usually do when we take a print, it's going to smush that up into one fat blob of a jagged design instead of that finer print. And you can't really get a real fine line. That one's still wet. But that was a little drier. I'm going to just let basically the weight of the card drop down there, and I'm just barely pressing it flat. I'm not even putting any pressure on it. And that's actually got a 3D bead on it. I don't know if I can pick that up. Oop, wrong way. You see the dimension on that paint there? Where it sucked that up off of there? But I love that turquoise on that red. Let's do one on here. I'm going to go this way on this one. Oh, that's not the way I wanted to go. I'm doing it backwards. Oh well. Right. And then let's get some on this brown and orange. That'll probably look cool. Look at the back of the tag. So let's see. Let's come in from here. And the more I put down, the harder I'm pressing it, just to try to get more of the paint on there. Just another little layer of something something. And let's do a little bit more on one of these. It really, I mean, you can get, 4 or 5 pulls out of it. Here's the fugly one. That won't really show on there. Let's try this one. I like those colors together, actually. Question, what do you with 3D effect? Why not just put the paint directly on the tag? I don't really want the 3D effect. I wanted it to be a print. I just didn't want it to smash out and be a print. It's just so much paint that when you do the first one, it comes out 3D on that first. See how that's 3D on there? I didn't intentionally want it that way because it takes forever to dry. But that's how it came out. So and I don't want this to build up like I normally do on my layers. I'm going to clean this off. It goes against my principles, but I'm going to do it. So let's see. What else do I want to do here? So I have these 3, 4. So what do I want to put on there? I wonder what it would look like. Oh, I don't have a tip on all of them, so I have to use something with a tip. So let's go. What else do I have it on? Gold. Let's do some gold. Oops. Hang on, something's wrong here. No, that's the turquoise. Holy crap. My whodunit came apart here. There we go. Okay, a little bit of gold. What are we going to do here? Let's do... Now this seems like it's coming out a little bit smoother. Turquoise I had to push a whole lot harder. Yep, get on there. Now let's put a little dot in the middle of all these. Sorry, if you put paint on the plate, then pressed into the paper, what if you then pressed a stamp in the back of the paper? Would it make a stamp design? Not 100% sure I'm following you. You mean if I put paint down, put the paper down, and then stamped on it? If you mean that, it would just smash it and be a mess. It wouldn't really do anything that you would want it to do. So, let's see. This one, I'm just letting it touch. The edges are all up. I can get my fingers underneath of this. I'm letting it just touch the top of that bead of paint. And see how much paint it sucked off of there? That's a lot of paint still. But, it's a nice shiny metallic. So I could probably, I don't really like this one, so let's do this. See if I can lift some of this off onto this tag without screwing them both up. Nope, see it smashed it out. See how fat it's making it? It's still alright, but if I had my druthers it wouldn't look like that. But I don't normally have my druthers available. Wonder what this would look like over top of the turquoise. That's still kind of wet, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Not bad. Oops. So I still got a good amount of paint. I haven't even touched the design down here because the tags are shorter. So, let's see. I'm going to do this one. That's kind of a weird combination. It's smushed up there and then 3D at the bottom. But, am I just playing, right? It's no big deal. Let me try to lift some of that off. It's still, look, printing and printing. The paint that never goes away. Alright, so let's try. I think these other ones are calling for some silver maybe. I just wanted to try her gold. Oh, my turquoise is laying here all exposed. Silver. Where are you? I know you got a schnozzle on you. There we go. Sterling. Yeah, Jean, that's pretty good. I think they're normally like $6. Let's just try to make a... Here I'm just putting it on like cake icing, just letting it... Oops, see what I did there? Had a little booger happen. Try to shape it back up a bit with my finger, but it's not so easy. Okay. Well, I'm not a machine, people. It's just by hand, right? I'm going to go down the middle with this one instead of on the edge. I like that silver. I like silver. That turquoise is still, that thick bead is still wet on this one. Oh, this one will be good for silver. Let's go over this with some silver. Get those veins on them for when the paint sucks off the plate. See that texture in it? Now it's just getting a little repetitive what I'm doing here, but I have so much paint on the plate I don't want to lose it or waste it, but I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm watching my time here because I want to wrap it up by 8:30 tonight. That's crazy how many prints you can get out of that bead though. So let's see. I want to do a little papa on there. You know, you're not finished till you get a little papa. So this is the real tricky part for me because it puts that big fat bead on there, and see how these circles went from real wide circles. That one's kind of neat looking because of the way it's shaped. I almost kind of like that. These where I was trying to do little circles, like almost a leopardy skin looking thing, and you see what that did. That's another print of this one with the black. So that's different things that I did with the black on those. So what shall I do? What shall I do with the black? I think we got to try circles. Oops. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do here? Do I want to do... Yeah, I guess we're going to do circles. This really does use a good bit of paint doing this because it comes out so thick. All right. Okay, let's see. Who's going to get #1 pull? They're all still kind of wet. That's the problem. Ouch, my elbow cracked. This is the least wet of the group, I suppose. So, you know what? I'm just going to go down this edge and see what I catch off here. Ah, see how fat and smushed that is with I barely touched it. Not wild about that. But it is a little papa. I can't complain about that. That's what I tried to do. That's what I got. See on my plate how much it smashed out? How wide that is from how it was originally? They're kind of very organic. If that's, I guess, in its favor a little bit. This one's still really wet. I'm not going to do that one yet. Well, I'm kind of stuck as to what I can do here. Can't say that I'm overly wild yet. I kind of like this one. Here's that one little flat one there yet. I wonder if I can just get one on here somewhere. Maybe down there. Maybe I'll print that one again. It's kind of on the edge where I can just pick it up. Try using a piece of foam through a stencil with the black. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I could print it, you know, a lot of ways through the stencil, or a number of different ways to get a clearer pattern. I just wanted to play with drawing on the jelly plate with these tips, like I was seeing Dina doing her on her video. That's why I'm doing it this way. Oh, let's see. What am I going to do with you, little one? Try to pick up these three right here, maybe. I kind of like that. And what else? But I'm going to have black circles on everything. Yeah, well, it could be worse. I could have more. I could do worse. Okay, I got two other ones. That brown and orange one, and the red one where I ghosted the lines through it. It is, Lily, it's heavy body. So it'll hold the bead, and that's why Dina uses that hard bristle brush, because she likes it to hold those brush strokes when she paints with her brush. So you know what I might do? This is my black. I'm gonna do just two lines. Let's see what we get with that on these other two. It's a very I don't know. It's very heavy-handed, like a, it looks watery or fluid or something. Of course, it kind of is, but I mean, it's hard to describe what it looks like. Anywho. Oh, look, I had one more that I didn't do. That I'm not going to do, because I'm getting ready to clean up here. But anyway, that's just playing with some of these new paints, seeing what they'll do, and what they don't do. But I do like both of them. They're different. I like them for different reasons. The Diane paints, I'm surprised at how far they go. When you're blending them with one of those sponges in her journal, couldn't say it. Oops. So, I mean, this was just a little tiny dollop of each of the paints. Not even the orange. This is just the yellow and the pink blended. And that's trying to ghost them. And these are Dina's, trying to ghost Dina's. Good in the pink, but not in the yellow. So, but that these Diane Reevely paints go really nice, smooth on these pages, and a lot of coverage really quickly, and really blendable. So I think they're fun for that. I think they each have their place and are different enough that I would definitely use them differently. I wouldn't mind trying them together on a jelly plate one day. I'll probably try that sometime, but they're it's not something I think I would use regularly because they're neither one of them are overly expensive, but they're pricier than my big tubes I get a Liquitex Basics that I like to use on the jelly plate. So, I think that's a wrap. Hey, Lisa. So I'm not sure when I'm going to stream again because my schedule's so crazy, and with Mojo laid up and me kind of gimped up, it takes me a little longer to do everything. And since we had my new boss start, I'm working more hours. So that interferes with my normal schedule. So I've never really had a normal streaming schedule, but I try to give you more than 15 minutes notice next time. But, that's the way it rolls. That's the best I can do. This damn job is eating up in my social art time, I tell you. So, anywho, I'm going to cut it off at 2 hours, let this stuff lay out here and dry. Put the old jelly plate away. This baby's seen better days, I can tell you that. And go up and spend some time with my husband and my puppies. So thanks for joining, ladies. Kind of last notice, didn't really get much accomplished, just a little bit of playing. So I hope everybody wasn't bored to death, but some days you just got to get painty. And I accomplished that. So, have a great week. I will see you guys, I don't know. I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you on Facebook. I'll see you on Ustream, on Paula's channel or somebody else's channel. And Zandra, I love those cards you were making the other night with the fish and the dogs on them. They were really cute with that bleeding tissue. I have some of that. Gina actually sent me some of that in Happy Mail. God, I bet a year ago. And I have yet to use it. I'm going to have to get that out and play with it. That was kind of fun. Angel, he's doing okay. I stopped tonight coming home from work at PetSmart, and I got him an inflatable collar. That's more like a round inner tube instead of that big cone thing. So, hey, Vicky. Yeah, I did record it, Lily. But he's handling it pretty well. I watch him on a webcam all day now when we are both back to work, and he's here by himself all day. We have to confine him. So we have him in a small little bedroom we have set up as a little sitting room, and the furniture blocking off half the room, so he has the other half, and I have the webcam set up so I can watch him all day while I'm at work. And but he's handling it pretty good. Staples come out on Thursday, and Dave thinks the collar can get ditched on Thursday when the staples come out, but I don't think so. I think it's got to stay in longer, because it would seem to me when the staples first come out, there's more of a chance of him, being able to lick it and have that separate a little bit. I don't know. But we'll let the doctor tell us, and we'll do what he says. But in the meantime, it'll be a long summer for him healing and keeping him confined and on leash and quiet for the next 3.5 months. Not that I'm counting or bitter, but he's a sweet boy. So we gotta do what we gotta do to fix him up and get him better. So thanks, ladies. Have a good night. I'm gonna sign off and go have some family time. Thanks for joining. Toodaloo.